And I think it's very important to note, a lot of people were just saying how you've brought them together after a very long time. And I think that's what stands out, just being the peacemaker that you are, just bringing everybody in this house. I mean, look at that table over there. Don't you just want to laugh? Thank you.
I am an African. I owe my being to the hills and the valleys, the mountains and the glades, the rivers, the deserts, the trees, the flowers, the seas, and the ever-changing seasons that define the face of our native land. At times, and in fear, I have wondered whether I should concede equal citizenship of our country to the leopard and the lion, the elephant and the springbok, the hyena, the black mamba, and the pestilential mosquito. A human presence among all of these, a feature on the face of our native land thus defined. I know that none dare challenge me when I say I am an African. The Constitution which we celebrate constitutes an unequivocal statement that we refer to accept that our Africanness shall not be defined by our race, our color, our gender, or our historical origins. Former President Motlanthe, Rolf Meyer, Pickbota, Dr. Poza, all distinguished guests, it is such a privilege and an honor to be able to host you here tonight. What an opportunity to celebrate 22 years of democracy. An opportunity to celebrate the 20th year of bringing into law our Constitution. Most of you will recognize the piece that I've just read as an extract from the famous I Am an African speech made by Thabo Mbeki when our Constitution was brought into law in Parliament 20 years ago. Here I am, a white Jewish South African, able to proudly proclaim in front of all of you and the world that I am an African. And if you look at where we have come from, if you look at the trauma that we have suffered, if you look at the work that has been done to bring us where we are today, you all have to agree with me, we have a lot more to celebrate than we have to despair about. We live in a world today where chaos is the new normal. We live in a world today where the problems that we face in South Africa are completely irrelevant and trivial compared to what's going on around us in the rest of the world. And here we are, a bastion of reconciliation. A country that has achieved reconciliation beyond all odds. And I think we need to celebrate this. But in 1994, we made one fundamental mistake. In 1994, we declared that the struggle was over. And nothing could have been further from the truth. The truth is that the struggle only just began. Except it was a different struggle. I had the great privilege of doing a television interview this morning with Dr. Lutuli. And before the interview, we just aligned ourselves to make sure we were giving the same message. And she said to me, you know what happened in 1994? up until 1994, we all knew that the struggle was about work. The struggle was about effort. The struggle was about energy. And after 1994, we forgot that we had to work. And she's so right. So here I am today, having the privilege to celebrate with all of you one of the greatest achievements of the democracy building process, our Constitution. And we have to reflect on where we've been, where we've come from, where we are today. And I have to call on all of you, the luminaries, the people that were actively involved in the struggle, students, average citizens, to return to the struggle, to return to a mindset that says that we haven't yet achieved our potential, to embrace the fact that we are privileged to have a roadmap. The work that Rolf and Matthews and all of the rest of you who are involved in our constitution building process have done is to give us a roadmap, to give us a direction, to give us context. And it is now up to the next generation of South Africans to embrace that context and to take us to our potential. And with that, I have to ask you all to return to the struggle, to take up the struggle to end poverty, to take up the struggle to educate our people, to take up the struggle to create a positive environment with which we need to build our democracy. So in conclusion, I have one thing to say. Aluta continua, let the struggle continue, and all join me in this new struggle.